must be left alone, to go my own way.
This is depression talking.
No.
Henry, what's happened to you?
I was born, perhaps. And to every advantage. Rich, naturally studious, with a deep desire for approval. Privilege can be a burden to someone who takes its obligations too much to heart. I had this fault, you see. A certain impatient gaiety.
You were only a boy.
It mocked everything I knew was required of me.
Your innocence, Henry.
I learned to hide it behind a solemn demeanor.
Perhaps that was a greater fault.
I grew up with a morbid sense of shame, the awareness of being two totally different people.
You mustn't blame yourself.
I don't now. In fact, now I know that if I had had the courage to express my true character when young, I would have saved myself and those around me from torment. When I left home for university, I used this hidden personality to indulge in less than innocent pleasures, meanwhile maintaining strict religious observance.
Your friends loved you.
Which one? The man that spent drunken nights with prostitutes? Or the hypocrite? I never had any friends. How can anyone be my friend if they don't know who I am?
You really think we condemn you for a few wild nights?
Can't you see that it's the exacting nature of my aspirations rather than any extremes of appetite that have made me what I am? A soul divided. I'm no less myself when I plunge into the darkest excesses than when I work to relieve suffering. And my studies confirm the truth that man is not one, but two. My dream was to separate these warring elements within myself, each housed in different identities. But how? Then a light began to shine upon the problem from the laboratory table. Certain elements, I discovered, had the power to shake and to pluck back the fleshly clothing. I could be free to be whichever one I wanted, free from restraint, free from guilt.
You are ill.
I knew that even if I could make such a drug that by taking it I might risk death. And yet, I had waited so long for release. So, once I had prepared my tincture, I bought a large quantity of a certain salt from a wholesale chemist, the final ingredient.
And you took the drug?
Yes, I took it.
And?
As you say, I'm ill. Poisoned.
Is there no antidote?
Only time. My two selves, I flicker between them. Soon, both will be free.
What do you mean?
The experiment I told you about, the special salt, I added it. The chemicals erupted. I stood watching them as they boiled and smoked. Then I picked up the glass and drank.
And?
A grinding in the bones, nausea, and horror. A horror of the spirit beyond imagination. And then suddenly, it was as though I awoke from a mortal sickness into the sweet light of day. I felt younger, happier than I had ever been. The bonds of obligation had been broken. I was conscious of a heady recklessness, a current of sensual images rushing through my mind, a new freedom of the soul. I stretched with the sheer exhilaration of it. And I saw my hands. You have good hands.
Smooth, trustworthy.
Is that how you would describe these? In here, there was no mirror. Outside, trees hacked out of darkness against the dawn. He was smaller, slighter than my usual reflection. Younger, yes, but already with the imprint of degradation and decay.
Horrible.
No! What I felt was a leap of recognition. This too was me. The wild, exciting part that I'd suppressed all my life. That I was about to explore every fantasy I'd ever had. Lust, dominance, torture, pure evil.
You embraced this?
Oh, yes. But the second and critical part of my experiment had yet to be tested. Suppose I'd lost my identity forever. So, hurrying back to the laboratory, I once more prepared the drug and drank it, once more suffered the racking pains of dissolution, and came to myself with the character and face of Henry.
Yet you did not decide to put an end to it?
I can't tell you, John, how bored I was with my life. Growing older only made me more angry at the restrictions closing in on me. I would feel merrily disposed at times. My pleasures, to say the least, undignified. I laughed whenever I thought about it, and I made plans. I rented a house in Soho. I no longer existed. The pleasures which I rushed to indulge were, as I say, undignified. But soon, they began to turn towards the monstrous. Things I had never even thought of. To bring me to myself. And then, 6 hours later, as I sat staring into the fire, the pangs returned, and I had to take yet another.
For God's sake!
Time fails me, John. The store of the special salt has run low. It is only with the aid of the last of the old powders that I've been able to explain all this to you. I have made my decision. I only ask that it is before I take on that monstrous personality forever. No! Please! Father in heaven, have mercy! This is the true hour of my death.
No. Henry, give me your hand. Together, we will...
Together? Yes.
Never.
And so, the life of Henry comes to an end. Father in heaven, have mercy. This is the true hour of my death.
No. Henry, give me your hand. Together, we will...
Together. Yes.
Never.
And so, the life of Henry comes to an end.